Hey everyone, I'm going to take a look at which players we might be seeing this week in Player of the Week on eFootball. We're going to have a regular selection, but I expect we'll also have a Champions League selection. So I'm going to take a look at which players we might be seeing in the Champions League Player of the Week as well. So let's dive in and we'll have a look at our goalies. Simone Scuffet is our first keeper. He had a good game for Cagliari away to Juventus. He helped them to earn a valuable point. Jordan Pickford helped Everton to earn a valuable point against Newcastle. He saved a penalty, and in most weeks saving a penalty might give a goalie a good chance of making it into Player of the Week. But David De Gea saved 2 penalties for Fiorentina against AC Milan, and neither of them were weak penalties. They were both good saves by De Gea. But he's been in Player of the Week recently, and Gazzaniga, not only did he save 2 penalties as well for Girona against Bilbao, but one of them was retaken. He saved the retake as well. So Gazzaniga actually saved 3 penalties in one game. He must be in Player of the Week this week. On to our centre-backs. Boskagli had a good game for PSV against Sparta Rotterdam. He also got an assist. Could he make it in as a sneaky Eredivisie card? Virgil van Dijk had a good game for Liverpool against Palace, although he was lucky not to concede a penalty kick. Nathan Collins played well for Brentford against Wolves in that crazy game. He scored a goal. He could make it in. Another centre-back who scored a goal at the weekend, Kumbulla. He's been playing well for Espanyol since he joined on loan from Roma. He could well sneak in this week. But Johnny Evans, I think, could well make it in this week. He had a solid game on the whole against Villa, but not only that, he prevented John Duran from scoring after he came on as a substitute. So if that's not enough to get a centre-back in Player of the Week, I don't know what is. Just the one fullback I'm going to suggest this week, Nicolas Tagliafico. He scored Lyon's first goal in a 2-0 win over Nantes. I didn't see too many outstanding fullback performances this week, so I'm going to suggest Tagliafico as the only fullback in this week's Player of the Week. In the middle of the park, Kovacic is going to be a very popular shout this week. He scored twice for Man City against Fulham, but he's been in Player of the Week this season already, so I'm not sure they're going to put him in again. Mikkel Damsgaard was really good for Brentford against Wolves. It was a 5-3 win for Brentford. Crazy game. He was at the heart of most of what they did going forward. Got a couple of assists. He had a really good game. And Valverde, I've not seen him in the Player of the Week selection recently. He had a really good game for Real Madrid against Villarreal. He scored one of the goals and created the other one. So I have a feeling Valverde could be in this week. On to our wide men now. Bernardo Silva had a very good game for Man City against Fulham. I wouldn't be at all surprised if they put him in Player of the Week. Jared Bowen was the star man for West Ham in their convincing win over Ipswich. He's got a very good chance of making it in. Jorge de Fruta scored twice for Rayo against Valladolid in La Liga, so he's got a good chance. Cody Gakpo had a good game for Liverpool against Palace. Did he do enough to get into Player of the Week? Possibly. Another possibility for a sneaky Eredivisie card, Ed Varson came off the bench for Go Ahead Eagles. He got 2 assists as a substitute. Possible super sub card. And Davutashvili got a hat-trick from out wide for St Etienne against Auxerre. I think he's got a really good chance of making it in. And Bukayo Saka was outstanding for Arsenal against Southampton. I think we're due another Saka Player of the Week card. Up front, and Romelu Lukaku had another good game for Napoli against Como. His goal was only a penalty, but he assisted both Napoli's other goals. I especially loved his second assist. He held off the defender and slipped the perfect pass to Fernandes to finish. But he's been in Player of the Week recently, so I don't think he'll be in again so soon. Weghorst, could we see a Weghorst super sub card? He came off the bench for Ajax and got a goal and an assist against Groningen. That could be an interesting card. Robert Lewandowski, he's another player who's been in Player of the Week this season already, but I think they could put him in again because he does play for Barcelona. We know they love Barcelona. Got a hat-trick away to Alaves, so I think we could be seeing Lewandowski in Player of the Week again. And another player with a hat-trick, Retegui for Atalanta. He got a hat-trick against his former club, Genoa. He's been in fine form this season. I think we could well see him in Player of the Week. And finally, another hat-trick hero, Marcus Thuram. Got a hat-trick against Torino. 2 headers. Could we see a Marcus Thuram card with aerial superiority, perhaps? I think so. So there's my predicted 11 for this week. Kumbulla, he's been playing well for Espanyol, but he got a goal at the weekend. I think he may well make it in as a centre-back. Davutashvili got a hat-trick from out wide for St Etienne. He's not the only hat-trick hero in here. I think he could well make it in from Ligue 1 alongside Tagliafico. I didn't see too many outstanding fullbacks at the weekend, so I think Tagliafico's got a really good chance. Damsgaard, perhaps as a creative playmaker, attacking midfielder. He had a very good game for Brentford. I wouldn't be at all surprised. Johnny Evans, first start of the season, but he was solid away to Aston Villa. Had a good game. Plays for partner club as well. You know they favour the partner clubs. Gazzaniga, officially 2 penalty saves, but he saved the retaken one as well. That's 3 penalty saves in the game for me. He's got to make it in. Outstanding. And then we've got 3 hat-trick heroes here. Retegui for Atalanta, Thuram for Inter, Lewandowski for Barca. I think all 3 of those have got a really good chance of making it in. And then these last 2, Valverde, Saka, both impressive for their teams. Some of these guys, if they do make it in, could be very interesting cards. So that's my prediction for this week. Now on to the Champions League selection. So I'm just going to run through all the games that were played in the Champions League last week, and we'll see which players produced standout performances. We'll start with Salzburg against Brest. So Salzburg took an absolute spanking at home, 4-0. Brest were dominant, 2 goals for Seamer. I think Seamer's got a great chance of making it in, but Salzburg did have their chances, and Bizot had to have a great game in goal for Brest, so he's also got a good chance. Stuttgart drew 1-1 with Sparta Prague, but neither of those teams are in eFootball, so I don't think any players from this game are going to be in the selection. Arsenal won 2-0 against PSG. It was a big win, and the star man on the night was Kai Havertz, so I think we could well see Kai Havertz in as a centre forward or an SS. And Barcelona thumped Young Boys 5-0. There were good performances in attack from Rafinha and Lewandowski, but I think Inigo Martinez, scoring a goal from defence, had a good game on the whole. I think he could well be in the selection. Bayer Leverkusen beat AC Milan 1-0. They were good, but none of their players are going to be in the selection because, like with Stuttgart, they're not licensed on eFootball, unfortunately. And Milan lost the game, so it's unlikely we see any of their players in, although Manuel was pretty good in goal, so you never know if he might sneak in. Dortmund, again, not licensed on eFootball, so we won't be seeing any of their players, which is a big shame because Adeyemi got a hat-trick, and an Adeyemi Player of the Week card could have been very interesting. Celtic lost 7-1, so I don't expect to see any of their players, although their goal scorer was Daisen Maeda, who's from Japan, so you never know. Inter Milan won 4-0 at home to Red Star. It was a good performance from them, and their star man was Mehdi Taremi. He scored a penalty and had a good game on the whole. Wouldn't be at all surprised if he made it in. And PSV against Sporting, 1-1 draw. The two goal scorers in this game could well make it in. I think Schutten had a good game in midfield for PSV, scored a nice goal. Then Braganza came on for Sporting, and he scored a late equaliser with a lovely sort of flicked volley from close range with the outside of the boot. He could make it in as a super sub card. So both goal scorers for me have a good chance of making it in. Man City were impressive away to Slovan Bratislava. They won 4-0. You could probably pick any of their midfielders to put them in the selection. Foden and Gundogan both scored, but then Savinho, Doku and Nunez all played well. And also McAtee came off the bench and scored. You could see a super sub McAtee card. John Stones was good in defence though, but I think if any Man City player makes it in for this selection, Rico Lewis is the one. He had a brilliant game at right back, so I wouldn't be surprised at all if he made it into this Player of the Week pack. Feyenoord won 3-2 away to Girona, but I'm not sure there are any particularly outstanding performances in this game. If you're going to pick one from this game, it'd probably be either Igor Paixão or Timber from Feyenoord, but I'm not sure anyone makes it from this one. And then Atalanta, 3-0 winners away to Shakhtar. I think a couple of players from this one could well make it in. I think Lukman scored again. He's been in good form lately, but Samatic, he's starting to really emerge at Atalanta. He's looking like he might turn out to be a really good signing for them. No goals or assists in this game, but he was impressive. Could well make it in. And then Aston Villa, 1-0 victory over Bayern. The goalie, Emi Martinez for Villa, was fantastic. He was really good, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if he made it in as our goalie in this selection. Paratorres was good at the back, though, but I think finally we're going to see a super sub John Duran card. He came off the bench and scored again, and Manuel Neuer put his eFootball player ID on full display, getting lobbed. It was beautiful. Benfica produced one of the results of the week. They absolutely dominated Atletico Madrid, and they beat them 4-0. Korchu was good in midfield for them, but I thought their fullbacks were fantastic. Barr scored a goal from right back. He's got a good chance, but so does Carreras at left back, the former Man U guy. So two fullbacks there could well make it in from this match. Dinamo and Monaco played out a 2-2 draw. The standout performer in this match was Batterino. He scored both goals for Dinamo, but they're not in eFootball, so I don't think we'll see anyone from this match in the selection. And then Lille got a fantastic result against Real Madrid, 1-0 winners. John Dave scored a penalty to win the game, but Thiago Santos was arguably the man of the match. It seems like most websites are rating him man of the match, but Chevalier is really good in goal for them as well. So two players from Lille, I think, have a really good chance of making it in. Liverpool beat Bologna 2-0. It was a good performance from Liverpool on the whole, but I didn't see any particularly outstanding individual performances. If they do pick someone from Liverpool, they'd probably go for one of their goal scorers, which would be McAllister or Salah. Leipzig, again, not licensed on eFootball. We won't be seeing any of their players, which is a bit of a shame because Simmons and Sesko both played well, but Juventus won the game, and from them, you could well see Fagioli, who played well in midfield. Conceição came off the bench and scored a goal, so you could suggest him as a super sub, but the super sub skill only takes effect if you bring someone on after half time, and he came on before half time, so I don't think they would include him as a super sub. Vlahovic scored twice though and had a good game, so we could well see him. And then finally, Sturm Graz beaten 1-0 home by Club Brugge. Nothing too exciting happened in this game, but if we're going to see someone from here, it would probably be the goal scorer Solis for Club Brugge. So, this is my predicted 11 for the Champions League pack. I think we're going to see two midfielders from the same game, Schutten and Braganza. Both score goals. Braganza would be a super sub if they put him in. Carreras played well at left back for Benfica when they demolished Atletico Madrid. Seamer scored twice for Brest away to Salzburg. Duran will be finally going to see a Player of the Week super sub card of his. I think he deserves it. Chevalier was really good in goal for Lille and their 1-0 win over Real Madrid. Samajic, very good for Atalanta again. I would really like to see a good card of his in the game. I think Inigo Martinez is probably one of the more likely bets for this pack from Barcelona. Got a goal and played well at centre-back for them. Rico Lewis was very good for Man City. Hopefully they give him a good card if they include him. And then Vlahovic with 2 goals for Juventus. I think he's a likely one as well. And then Kai Havertz as well. He's probably one of the most likely ones alongside Inigo. Scored for Arsenal and an impressive win for them. So I'm not sure if this is the 11 that they choose. I'm not sure it'll be the most exciting pack, but this is just what I think is going to be in. But there certainly could be a few decent ones in there. So yeah, there's my prediction for you. And for my weekly game and goal of the week, I'm going to get them both from the same match. Fiorentina versus AC Milan was a really enjoyable game. Had a lot of action. We had goals. We had penalty saves. 2 penalty saves by De Gea, 1 by Maignan as well. And my goal of the week, Christian Pulisic. Cross came over from Teo Hernandez, and it was a beautiful death-volleyed finish at the far post from Pulisic. Really nice goal. It's a really good game as well on the whole. So I'll put a link on the screen around about now if you want to check out the highlights. Well worth it. So those are my predictions for this week's Player of the Week packs on eFootball. Let me know who you think is going to be in. Who do you want to be in? Let me know who I've forgotten, because I always forget 1 or 2 obvious ones. One thing that is going to happen this Thursday is we're getting an update on eFootball. We're getting version 4.1. I'm not expecting a major update. It's just going to be a minor one. More than likely just 1 or 2 bits of licensing, a few legends added to the database, that kind of thing. But one thing we do know we are getting for sure is a free chance deal. Woohoo! And if time allows it, because I'm crazy busy, I know I keep saying it, but hopefully Thursday afternoon I'll do a live stream as well. I'll keep you posted on whenever the next live stream happens. But yeah, either way, I'll be seeing you on Thursday. Thank you for watching. As always, hope you found this interesting. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you on Thursday.